you might hear things this year that you heard last year, but you weren't ready to get them yet, but you're a different person now. Hey there, hi there, ho there, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Better Merch, Better Marketing podcast. I am one of your hosts, Kirby Hasseman from Coshocton, Ohio, and today from Texas, branding bestie.
I think I'm in Houston, or am I in Dallas?
You're in Dallas.
I think I'm in Dallas.
But how is it that I know that and you don't know that? Jade, how's it going?
Jade is great. Jade is having a really good day. Jade also woke up at 4 a.m. So yeah. Jade is also tired. I don't know why I'm going third person, but I am good. I am tired. It's really the summary. I'm tired, but I am excited. We'll get into it a little bit more, but I just got here to the LDC conference, which is the Leadership Development Conference in Texas here, and I am very excited for everything that's coming this afternoon and in the next couple days. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. We're recording this on a different day because of your traveling schedule and stuff like that. Yeah. And so it'll give me a little bit more time to put this together. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, I'm doing well. It is October, which means it's the busy season in the branded merch space. And if you are new around here, this is Better Merch, Better Marketing. It's brought to you by Hasseman Marketing. You can learn more about us at hassemanmarketing.com. Please check us out. And if you want piece of content on hiring, we've got the hiring framework, and then we've got the target marketing framework too. And then of course there's content, all kinds of good stuff. So check us out at hassemanmarketing.com. So Jade, you drove the bus on content this time and topics this time. So I'll let you lead the way.
Okay. I only have so much context because I also did this at 6 a.m. when I was traveling. So the first one we're going to start with is the nostalgia. We have touched on this before. However, there was a new one, and I'm hoping you looked at the article because I forget the brand already, but one of the camera companies came out with an article talking about the fact that, thank you, I couldn't remember what it was called. So Kodak came out, they're doing the old like single picture flash cameras, and they're bringing them back and they're making it a whole thing. And they're talking about how nostalgia is back and how people are loving it. And like people are going crazy over it. I think they sold out of them at one point. And so it's funny that, something that seems so mundane is back and trending. And so I thought we could kind of talk about the fact that nostalgia is back. I think we've mentioned that a handful of times. However, ways that you can utilize that for your company and like make it something that fits with your brand kind of thing.
Yeah, I think this is a fun topic. You're right. We have talked about it, and we've talked about it in the context of, I think, jingles definitely are back.
Yes.
It was funny. I was actually having a conversation with a customer the other day, and they're like, should we do a jingle? I'm like, if it's a good one, absolutely. And then you run the hell out of it. Mascots are back. And that certainly ties into the nostalgia piece. The other piece, and the article touched on this, but I do think that this is what stood out to me, is it, if you're looking for a lesson for your own marketing, is experiential marketing is so like it isn't about the camera. It's about the experience you get with the camera, right? Like I get to do it the way that we used to do it. And so I think the thing that stood out to me was that there's an opportunity to, whether it's old school experiences or just taking your brand experience to the next level by doing hands-on things, by doing things out in the, allowing people to embrace and engage with your brand in an experiential way is something I think all of us, as we have leaned more and more and more into the virtual, the in-person experience has become even more valuable. And it's funny because I know we're going to talk about this, but I think that you're going to an event, you're at an event right now. It's just different to do it in real life. And so I think from my perspective, the big lesson here is it's super fun that they do these kind of flashback things, and like they sold out. I always get a kick out of they sold out because that means they did 10 of them and they limited the number. It's still cool. But that was my takeaway, is that if you can lean into creating a brand experience that engages people, gets their hands on some stuff, gets them a chance to
Hmm.
network and around your brand, that's where most of us could supercharge.
So I kind of went similar but different way with it. My brain immediately went to, if you don't know how to do it with your brand, if you have an event coming up, we do themes for like our customer appreciation show,
Mm-hmm.
a nostalgic type theme, whether it's 90s or
Mm-hmm.
80s or just any 2000s, like crazy, but that's whatever. I say that as a 25-year-old. But
Yeah.
like some kind of nostalgic event, but then specifically creating the merch around the thing that is clearly hot and topic right now, right? Like, so you're
Mm-hmm.
creating merch. Like we've talked about doing a couple different themes for our show, so I don't want to give too much away because I don't like I immediately was like, oh, we should do this for our show. And so for your brand, again, think of it in a sense of not only are they doing this and like, cool, it's trending and hot. Why does that matter? It matters because you can take that and then suddenly you're doing little custom cameras, or you're doing you go get a Polaroid, because I know that you could do that. You can do a Polaroid that has your logo on it, and that's at the event, and they can take home the Polaroid picture with them, or
Mm-hmm.
things like that. Again, giving the experience that feels nostalgic, and then they get a memory to take home with them. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
like a huge kind of thing in a way. Like one of the things that comes to mind is that there's a coaster that you can do that looks like a record player, and obviously the record players are a huge thing that's in right now. The turntable speaker that I have, there's so many things right now that are
Mm-hmm.
product related, but again, they give that vibe of every time I turn on my turntable speaker, I feel like I'm playing a record player, even though I don't have a record player, if that makes sense. So there's so many different ways to bring that in. And if it's something you want to do, it's something you just have to have a conversation about and do it intentionally. Chat with AI, chat with your salesperson if that's what you want to do it around, chat with your sales team, and just figure out what are the things that, like, oh, I used to love those, whatever. I used to love a VHS tape. People are putting old VHS TVs in their kitchen again. Like, there's so many different ways that you can own this and like make it your own, and you can get ahead of it now because I think it's a newer trend that's coming in, and so I think you can get ahead of it and like really utilize it right now.
Yeah, and it makes me think of, and I've been talking a lot about this, about combining your digital with your physical experience, right?
Mhm.
Because we have these new tools, not new tools, the tools to do
Mhm.
video, and like it used to be, hey, you would take a picture, you'd take it to be developed, and like a month later, you'd find out if any of them were worth a crap, right?
Yeah.
But you can now take those pictures. It's so funny because as you were talking, I looked over here, and this is a picture in our
That looks so
industry
cute.
of
Uh-huh.
me with a bunch of industry rock stars.
Uh-huh.
We were at a fundraiser down in Raleigh at a concert. Somebody took
Uh-huh.
this on their phone but printed it out. And I still
Mhm.
have it sitting on my
It's still
desk
there
to remind me. So it's like taking the digital and being able
and
to
making it
capture things in the
physical.
moment, but making it physical. And all of a sudden, it's an experience. And I still look at that and it makes me smile. So I think
Well,
that's
again,
pretty
we've
cool.
talked about like nostalgia stuff a lot here lately because again, it's coming back. But I think if you take it for your company and like truly own it in a way that is giving them a picture to print off, and it's not a
Mm-hmm.
crazy expensive thing to do. Like, yes, the printer is $60 or whatever to get a pit. But imagine if you went to an event, you took a fun picture, even if it wasn't a Polaroid, those little printers are $30, and then you printed off a picture of that
Yeah, you
event.
got
And then
something.
again, you just don't get rid of that kind of stuff because it's got like I still have old pictures like that that I was given at an event that I'm like, well, I can't throw it away. There's too many memories around it, and it was so much fun. And so again, it's something that hits the heartstrings, and it's fun, and there's an experience and all the things.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of
Yeah.
takeaways with it.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And again, when you can tie those memories and those emotions to a brand, it sticks. And so, yeah,
Hmm.
I like that one. That's a good topic.
Sorry, I made that
So
one long.
not at all. That's actually, yeah, the first one is always a little bit longer. One of the things that
Fair.
I know is that you were traveling today and you were traveling
Yes.
to the LDC, which is Leadership Development Conference. So
Yes.
can you talk a little bit about the event and why you're here and all that sort of thing?
Hmm. Yeah, so it's the Leadership Development Conference. I came to this last year
Hmm.
when I was still kind of getting my own foot in our industry. And so it was really cool to come last year. I think we were actually just sitting around a table and talking about it. I made some connections that I truly believe will last a lifetime kind of thing. Like just the dumbest thing, I ran into somebody in the hallway downstairs and was like, you sent me a silly goose bracelet because I said I liked it when I was here last year. And now he and I
Yeah.
are good friends on social media and stuff like that because of that. Um, and so I feel really good about the connections that I make here. Because also, again, if you're a client and you're listening, why does that matter? Because me having good connections with suppliers and other distributors means I can give you better service for
Mm-hmm.
different things. But I'm also
and
getting the
and
rising.
you tap into the creativity of the entire network. Like that's the piece I
Yes.
think that people don't always understand, is that when you
Hmm.
can go to that network and go, okay, this is the kind of client I'm working with, what, because all of a sudden we're not looking at our region, we're looking nationwide, we're
Hmm.
looking worldwide at what the
Yes.
solutions are that are out there. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it was good. Well, even just as, again, a silly thing, but last year somebody handed me the crinkle pen, and I still have people ask me about that one particular product that I just hadn't seen yet. So I get to see a lot of really cool things, talk to a lot of really cool people. Um, but I'm also receiving the Rising Star Award that we have talked about previously. I'll be receiving that tomorrow night, officially. So that's really, really exciting. But then obviously it's a leadership course. So we'll split up from, there's like two different groups. There's also a regional thing if you're part of whatever. I won't get into all of it, but there's two different groups, and we'll do kind of a leadership type course, and I'll get to go. It's all younger, so 40 and under is for the
Mm-hmm.
leadership course, for the leadership track of it. So it's all people that are very similar, age, similar interests, because we're in the same job, and so it's
Mm-hmm.
really cool to talk to some other people and brainstorm and see some different products and stuff. So
Well, and one of the things that you and I have talked about is investing in sort of our own education, and investing in that education kind of helps us translate. It's something that you and I both this particular year have focused on a
hmm.
lot. Um,
Hmm.
from a financial perspective, from a time perspective. And so kudos to you.
Thanks.
Congratulations again. I know we've talked about it quite a bit
Thank you.
on the Rising Star Award. That's really, really cool.
Thank you.
But I actually love when I get to get in a room. We talked about this with the last, it's an experience. And there is
Hmm.
something different about getting in a room with like-minded people who are good humans.
Hmm.
It inspires you, it re-energizes you, but it also kind of shows you, oh, I hadn't thought about it that way. And the funny thing is you can hear, like, you might hear things this year
Hmm.
that you heard last year, but you
They
weren't
click
ready
to
to
hear
get
it.
them yet, but you're a
Hmm.
different person now. And so,
Hmm.
like, I'm fascinated by when I go to an event, I'll be like, oh, now that somebody 2 years ago said that, but I wasn't ready to
Hmm.
hear it. And so
Hmm.
my guess is you'll hear things that maybe you even know, but it's like now you're ready to implement.
Well, and it's cool because I always leave these kind of events inspired. But even last year, I think around the time that I came last year was right when I was truly going out of my comfort zone and dipping my toe
It
into the
was
outside
a big
sales
first
world.
step. Yeah.
It was a big first step, and I also spoke last year, so there was that. I'm actually kind of excited to experience it without the nerves this year. But
Yeah.
they like last year was the event where I was challenged to create my own personal social medias. So that wasn't Hasseman marketing, that was Jade Kreider's social media. And so
Mm-hmm.
literally a year ago today, I posted a picture of me at LDC. And so I think it's just, or maybe I posted it at PPI, but again, it was right after LDC. It's where I was challenged to do that. And so there's so many different aspects to it. And even somebody said, you can reach out to brands on Instagram. You don't have to like cold call them. And I was just like, oh, like, so there's been so many, and again, that's opened up so many doors. And I don't know, they just get your, again, like minded people, they get your wheels turning. And it's a fun event. Again, a lot of people, I'm excited to go see all the people tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've only seen a couple of them so far today. So I'm really excited to connect to some people tonight.
Cool. Well, congrats on the award, but also
Thank you.
on investing and making the time to go. Because again,
Thank you.
you just never know what comes of it. So, kudos to
Hmm.
you for doing it. So cool.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. And the next
I'm
one,
excited for this one. I'm excited for
I
this
am
topic.
also we're both feeling edgy today. No, I'm just kidding.
Mhm.
So this one is I actually, in case anyone who's wondering, I wrote these topics on the plane. While I was sitting on the plane, I paid for Wi-Fi, and I was explaining to Kirby that I had a totally fine flight, but just an interesting flight. And so today I've decided that this topic is going to be our traveling pet peeves. And if you do any of these pet peeves, please know I'm giving you a dirty look in the airport. That's all I'm going to do. That's really all that's going to happen, but just know that I'm giving you a
Yeah.
dirty look. So go ahead.
Yeah.
You can start us.
Oh no, I was got you're the one traveling today. I figured
Okay,
I'd
fine. I'm
be
ready.
yeah,
My first
yeah.
one My first one is spatial awareness. I think this is an all-time thing. However, specifically in airports, like
Mhm.
I was waiting for a bag and people were blocking the
Oh yeah.
exit
Mm.
to get out, like to like I couldn't get out so that other people could. look around. Like, spatial awareness. I don't like when people are on top of me. I don't like when people
Yeah.
are crowding like the need to stand right next to the bags when they're coming out rather than waiting 3 feet back.
Yeah, I agree with you there, and it's the and I think there's a culture thing there too, that I
Yes.
think that we have a little bit of Midwestern values, good, bad, or indifferent. You can like those or not
Mm-hmm.
like those, but
Mm-hmm. Fair.
when you stand next to the luggage, um, ra- uh,
Trolley thing. Yeah.
thank you,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and like you're a foot or two away from it, and then somebody walks and gets right directly in front of you. Yes, that does make me want to stab you in the neck. Like
I was so frustrated today. I stepped up because my bag was like, I stand in the back until my bag comes. It's what I do. It's how I prefer to do it. It's how I think everybody should do it. We're not going to get into that. I stand in the back. Once I see my bag, I walk up and I go to grab my bag. I was standing in the back waiting for like 10 minutes because they took a little while. I walked up. Somebody walked in front of me and I missed my bag. And I was just like,
yeah, spatial
I didn't
awareness. I like
cuss.
that one.
I didn't cuss. So spatial awareness.
Yeah.
My second one, and I only wrote down two because I could
Okay.
get into these all day long. Speed.
Thank you. That's
Speed. The rate at which people operate.
yeah.
Take the change out of your pockets. Please remove your purse from your body. And somebody behind me tried to walk up with their purse on their body, and
Yeah.
I was just like,
Listening. Yeah. So
well, yeah,
there's
I guess that's separate,
speed.
but
There is
get
speed,
on the plane.
and I will also say that, and I specifically see this with when I travel with your mother,
Mm.
because Amy and I have a pace at which we move. You've
Mm-hmm.
commented on it, right? Like
Yes, you guys
we we
walk fast.
we do not dawdle in
Mm-hmm.
anything that we do. Like okay,
Mm-hmm.
we're going from here to there. We can get there really quickly. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is something I struggle with in all of life, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
hurry the hell up. Like
Yes.
if you're not, that's fine. Move out of the way. Like
Again, comes back to spatial awareness. If
yeah,
you want to go slow, get out. Like, that's fine. Like,
get out
I
of the
go slow
fast lane.
sometimes. There are days where I'm like, you know what? I want to dawdle. I want to take my time. You know where I hide? In the corner. I get out of everyone's way because there are people that are trying to reach connecting flights. There are people
Yeah,
that have to hurry for an event or whatever. Yeah, the
yeah,
amount, that was the other one. It's just like getting off the plane kind of thing of grabbing the bags in like slow motion. And I was so
yeah,
ready and sweaty
yeah.
and gross and ready to be off this plane that I was just like, get your bag and go.
Okay,
I
those
hadn't
are
had
very
enough
good.
coffee.
Those
Yeah,
are very
I did
good.
good.
I'll give you two, right? Like
Okay.
so the first one is just listening. Like
Oh.
so like we were on a flight and you weren't because you booked the wrong flight, but we were going down to Hilton Head for our vacation. Small airport, okay, and that's an important note because when I say it's a small airport, there are two gates,
Two.
two
Mm-hmm.
gates. So there's no way you did like you couldn't hear this. The gal was it's an Allegiant flight, so it's a smaller flight. The first row is row 3. She called for people from row 3 for like 10 minutes because if you're in row 3 there's no place to put your bags. You have to put them above.
Oh.
So they have them sit first because then they have a place to put
So
their
they can
bags.
put their bags. Smart.
They
They've
did
got a
not come
system.
up. Yeah, it's almost as if they've done it before, but they didn't listen. So then they roll in at they wait, and then they look annoyed because there's no place to put their bags. You didn't listen. That's your
Right.
fault. So if
Are
you
our
didn't
ears on
listen, yeah, yeah.
today?
If you didn't listen, you don't get to be annoyed, right?
Right.
Like so
Mm-hmm.
okay. So that's number 1 is listen. And then number 2, I think that I love traveling, and the people who make traveling tough are the people who never travel.
Yeah.
So, and again, if you're new to traveling, totally fine. Just listen and move
And move out of the way.
expeditiously, right? But it's the ones
Listen
who,
and get out of the way.
like, it's the ones that don't do any of those things and try to break all the rules that slow everybody down. Like, so same trip, we're heading down to Hilton Head. Gal cuts in line in the security in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I'm going to a
Right.
2 gate. It's fine.
Yeah, if it's the worst thing that happens, it's fine.
Everything in her bag was
Gets
not
caught.
something she was allowed to do carry on. everything.
Everything.
Jars of peanut butter. I'm not exaggerating.
That's right. You didn't tell me this.
My favorite was a full-size spray bottle full of liquid. And then she's annoyed with TSA. Like, oh, dear God. Like, that's just tase her and let's all move on. Like,
tase her. That's okay, wait, can I add one more?
This is the most fun I've had all day.
Okay, good. This is a dumb one. This is a really dumb one. I started paying for TSA pre-check because of idiots like that. I'm so sorry, but it's just the truth. I pay for TSA pre-check so that I don't have to take my shoes off, and there's less idiots like that because typically the people that don't travel as often don't have TSA pre-check.
Agreed.
However, the newest thing is Clear, right? So like now there's TSA pre and now there's Clear. I have a new hatred for Clear.
Okay.
That's not fair. And here's the thing is I have an Amex credit card, so I could get Clear for free, but again, I have TSA pre-check, so why do I need both? It's because I stood in line for pre-check today for 10 minutes because they made every single pre-check person wait until all the Clear people got through. And they'd get all the Clear people through, and she'd start to walk back, and another Clear one would stop, and they'd stop us and bring the Clear people. That's not fair. That's not how lines work. Like a couple times I was halfway up to the thing, a Clear person came up behind me, so they pushed me back. I was just like, oh, that's call the police. No, I'm just kidding. That was my newest one. Was just like, okay, can we just at least take turns? Like, just do every other then. That's fine, but just
anyways. I don't really understand the and I haven't run into that because TSA pre-check usually serves the purpose. And so it's good. Cause I'm with you, by the way. It's a shorter line, but that's actually less of it. It's that I don't have to take my shoes off and I don't have to take my laptop out.
Right.
If I don't have to do those two things, it's a win.
And that's it. Is I think Clear does the same thing. I don't think it's once you get through that specific line, I don't think it's anything new. So anyways, let's get on to the product, or I'm going to talk about my pet peeves for the rest of the day, actually. I won't do any mingling.
Before we do, if you have any traveling pet peeves that you want to share in the comments, man, these always they're make me laugh. Fun. Yeah. These make me laugh.
If you have a really, really weird one, let me know. Product of the week. I'm excited about this one. And it's all open. It's not important. This is the didn't write down the name of it. This amazing backpack from Ace High. He's gonna fill us in here.
Yeah, it's the Oxford. It is a that's what it's called. It's the Oxford. It's a laptop from Ace High. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not a laptop. It's a laptop bag.
Laptop bag, excuse me. So
we're tired. Leather back. This looks so nice. Like, I can't begin to explain that. Like, I've looked at myself in the mirror when I had it on, and I was just like, it looks sleek. It looks professional. I have a lot of backpacks that get really bulky really quickly. This is a really nice size. It sits, like, perfectly on the backpack. Holds everything. I was surprised by how much it held, considering it doesn't look like it has a ton of pockets, but it does. It has more pockets than you think on the inside, kind of thing. Your laptop sleeve in the back. This can plug into a portable charger so that you can charge your device on the outside, kind of thing. I didn't use that today, however, it's because I have wireless charging. But really, really like it. It's got a nice little imprint that's not super in your face. Mine says PPAI Rising Star because I'm so honored with this award. But I really like this backpack at a one-piece minimum. You can't beat a one-piece minimum. So
one piece minimum is key. I love it is sleek is I think the word you used. I do like that. Featuring a 16-inch laptop compartment, multiple organizers, zippered pockets, and built-in luggage strap. So the
luggage strap came in handy a couple times today, I will say. Oh, and like a little built-in keyring thing too. So like if you leave your car at the airport, it'll be nice to just throw them in there and not lose them, kind of thing.
Love that. I hadn't thought about that. That's a great idea because I always just throw mine in and then it's like on the way back I'm digging through my bag trying to find my keys.
So that little thing is in my new purse that I got, having that little key ring right there. My new favorite feature of anything, by the way, because it's so easy to reach in and not lose your keys, especially as somebody with like a touchless. If I just need to unlock my car, if that's touchless, it's so nice. So
I hadn't thought of that. That's great. That's super functional. Cool. All right. Well, that's a really good one. A good product of the week. And especially for this time of year, if you're looking for year-end gifts, that's one that falls nicely into something like that. And with a one-piece minimum, pretty much you can get something that is personalized for anybody on your team. Okay. We're going to finish up with our shout out of the week. And as we always say, we try to push out a little bit of good with people who are doing good, organizations who are doing good in the region, whatever. So if you have anybody that is doing something that you think deserves a shout out, please let us know. This time, we're going to shout out our Coshocton County Commissioners. And the reason we're doing that is because they have a new project, which they created this. Kind of not metal, concrete staging area right next to the court square, but they're turning it into an ice rink. And it's like, it's not ice. It's this kind of, it's like some kind of different kind of, but it's like a rink that you can skate on. Yeah. And so what I've heard is other communities who have done this is really turned into something that has been awesome for their area. And so this is one of those things that is a little bit out of the box. And I think that our county commissioners have done a great job of seeking out grant dollars to create experiences around our community that have changed the quality of life of our community. And I think that, I want to give a shout out to those county commissioners and the leaders in our community for doing things like this that, can be unpopular in the construction of them. And then once they're done, everybody's like, oh, that's great. But I don't know that they get they don't get the kudos. Don't get the credit
up front.
Yeah. And so I think this is going to be really neat. And they are doing, I think their opening ceremony on November 14th for this. And so just awesome stuff. Great job. That's our shout out for
It's a great use of that space. I think that'll be really cool. I don't know if I'll get to see it this winter, but I'm going to have to make a time at some point to come up and see it because I think that'll be really fun. I like that space.
They've used it. Yeah, I think it's going to be great for that. But they've used it for the community band concerts. They've used it. It is a space that's been kind of not used, and so now all of a sudden it's very functional. So I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, have a great time at LDC. Tell everybody who knows me that I said hello, and have a great time, learn a lot. And for those of you who are tuning in, thank you so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. The Better Merch, Better Marketing podcast is brought to you by Hasseman Marketing. If you want to learn more about us, head to hassemanmarketing.com. And I will say it is gift giving season. So if you haven't already ordered your gifts for your best customers or your employees, now is the time. Please reach out to us.
See you. Bye.